Hey everybody, this is Backblast. Here we are again on Stationeers, and what we're going to do today, well actually first thing, we've got a nice grating on the floor. Look, it's just tidied the floor up because there was something that was bugging me, and it was this door. And the thing is, every time you came to the door you sort of stopped and stumbled over the threshold, and I didn't like it. So we've got a nice grating. So the grating is all in our little room here, and it's just downstairs here as well. It just covers the bottom of the stairs. Okay, so today's video is going to be about this thing. Yes, it's an airlock, and let me just show you what I've done. So all I did was, we've got all the same bits are still there. It's I haven't changed anything upstairs. I just put, let me just wander through here. I put some floor blocks down in here. I dug out a little bit. We've dug out a little bit. Yeah, and the sun sort of shined through the wall. I haven't quite worked out why that is yet, but it does. Only when the sun's coming up and at certain angles. It's a bit strange. Anyway, I've dug out a little bit, not much. There are some bits where you can see up all the way through to the stars, but obviously we've got the blocks in with the frames in there, so they'll be fine in a bit when we're sorted. But I did dig through and we got a massive hole down there, so I'm not quite sure where that goes to. I think it's the crater. That I put a cap on something at the back, so I'll have to just watch out for that. But you know, if I dig a bit further, which I will do eventually, the idea of this room is it's going to be a room that I can come into, store things in, maybe do some work on the machines, because I've got some of my machines in here, these two, but there's other stuff, like for example a big furnace, and what else? Fabricator, that sort of thing. Fabricator is massive, and possibly even put a computer in there just to control things, you know, so you can switch things on and off from there. So I don't want it to be a massive room, but I want it big enough to hold a few bits of machinery. So maybe I'll go back another block. But what we do need to do is, when you build a room like this, obviously we're inside an airlock, so this needs to be airtight. So it's things like this that you need to be aware of. If you've got an airtight room and you're digging, you could come to a point where you're suddenly digging outside and all the air from your building will shoot out through the hole. So you need to be very careful with things like that. And it's probably worth digging down. So what I might do is maybe put another level in further down so that we're definitely underground. And then that way, if I'm digging about in there, I can still have the place air pressurized and whatnot. Right, so what have I done with this airlock? I need to tell you about airlocks. Let's go and sort out my power first, because it's moaning at me because I've got my lamp on all the time. Let's go up here. I don't think I've changed anything up here. No, there's nothing changed up here. Right, everything's still the same. Let's just get rid of these. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to go take you, press F, click in there, good. And now we're going to drop back down here. Whoa! Right, so this grating, while I think about it, is just it's made in this, and it's floor grating. That's all it is. Floor grating, goes down like a wall. It's no problem. Right, so the airlock, the outside of the airlock, you will get in one of your construction supply boxes. Okay. Now, what else do you need for an airlock? When you build it, by the way, when you build it, put it so that the cable connectors on the inside, like that. So it's the data one and the power. Because we need to run them up past some other bits that will actually run these automatically. So this box here, right in front of me, will work the doors, and that's the thing that works it. So what happens, why, and what else have I built? Let's just get rid of these things here. I just want to pop those away so we can have a look at what goes on here, because there's a few bits. So the first thing there is a gas sensor pressure. Now you get one of these, again it comes in one of your kits. In fact you get two, I think, and it looks like that because it's the same as the daylight sensor. It's exactly the same thing. You scroll your mouse wheel before you place it, and it gives you the option of a motion sensor or a gas sensor. So that's what we want. We want the gas sensor one. And we're going to pop that in there, and that's all it needs. That's all you need to do with that. This is an active vent. That's all it is. I've just made an extra one of those. I haven't messed about with the buttons or anything. It's not switched on or anything, you know. There's a pipe comes out of that. Now one thing you will find is when you're building things here, you can't put wires through the airlock. So you couldn't run a wire from here along the floor to here. And the same with the pipes, they have to come out. So they come out through the sides, and of course to make the airlock work we're going to have to put roofs and things on this eventually, but I haven't wired it all up yet, so just bear with us on that. So the pipe comes out, it goes down that way to a passive vent. Okay, active one inside, passive one outside. Excuse me. I've got a little sore throat today. I'm not doing so good. Right, now the other thing is this thing, and there's several bits here. So there's the data disk, which again comes in one of your construction boxes. There's a slot on this thing, but what is this thing? Let's just deconstruct the console so you can see what's going on. What do I need to do here? Let me just pop that in my inventory and then do this. It's not that, apparently. It's not that. Is it that one? Yay! So again, this comes in your construction kit, and it's a console. Okay, so the way it works is it's a console. It's got a data connection on one side. There's a switch on top. You can just make out the switch there, and then underneath is a slot for the circuit board control. I'm going to pop that in there. It doesn't have to go that way up. You can put it any way up and it'll still work. It's fine. Like I said, there's a switch on top, and at the bottom is a hole for the data disk. Oh no, for the data disk. Right, so you get this again in your kit. This circuit board that I've got in my hand just goes in there, and it's a circuit board airlock control. Again, you get it in your kit. You've got all the bits to make an airlock when you first start. And the other thing it needs is, like the solar panels, a piece of glass. So let's just pop the bit of glass on, which is glass. That one. That one. There we go. That's it. Looks lovely. Great. Where's my data disk? Did I put my data disk in? No, there it is on the floor. Oh no, I can't pick it up. Why won't you pick up? Is it because of the cable or something? Yeah, it was the cable. Pick up the data disk. Straight. Put that back in. Let's put that in there. Boom. Good. All that does is it helps you configure this and the doors when you're setting up. I've built this as quite a small airlock, and I think that what I might do eventually is make it a bigger one. Make it 2 squares long. One feels too small for an airlock. I don't know why, but it will take less time to cycle the air in and out. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to connect more wire up there, and I don't think I've got any wire on me. Oh, I've got a little bit. Oh, look, there we go. So we're going to carry on building the wire up there, and once I've done that, I'm going to come back and I'll show you how to program the airlock. So you'll have a working airlock. I'm in the airlock. I fell into it. Right, I'll be back in one blink of an ident video. So see you in a second. Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the little idents there. Right, what I've done is I've connected the wires up, go all the way up the top. So I've got power coming into this, and I've just put the block back in above. So this one here with the cross, I've just put that back in. So in theory, we've got a block like that all the way around it, like that. So we're not actually airtight yet. You need to put the other bits in, make it nice and nicely. But I'm not going to do that yet because I just want to show you how to set this up. Now, a lot of people do this without the inner door connected, just for ease of use. I'll show you why. It's just so that when you switch this on, it's easy to tell which one is which door is which. So Right, so let's switch this on. So you can see now the lights have gone off on there, but the lights are still on this one. So this is powered, this one isn't. So what I'm going to do is we're going to switch the console on, and now what we've got is a lovely control setup. Okay, so you can scroll up and down with this, and everything basically that's connected to this system is on this screen. So that's everything, all the solar panels, the auto lathes, everything. It's all on there. If you wanted to cut down on this, then what you need is to put one of these power controllers in. So you know the power controller with the battery up here that I keep coming up to? Yeah, this area power controller. If you want to cut down on the amount of stuff, pop one in, like here. And then what it does is, because all the electricity comes through from your solar panels, goes through the power controller and then down, everything in this wire, everything in that wire will only show up on here. But that wire still comes through and connects to these machines. So if you wanted to cut those off, you could put a power controller in there, or you could put one in. In fact, this only... Yeah, if you put one in up there, it would only have these. It would literally just have these. That'd be fine. Right, so I don't know why it's flashing. I think it might be because the power's... it's not charging up, but let's just try and get this sorted. So the ones we want to switch on are airlock exterior. Now you can see lights have gone red. We also want the gas sensor, which is that. And at this point now we can put this back in. Because it will now recognize the other door as well. See, the lights come on. So we've got active vent. Oh, which one's that? Is it that one? Ooh, it better be that one. How do I find that out? I think it's that one. We can always come back to it, can't we? We don't want the pipe bender or the cell chart. See, it's picking everything up. We don't want the wall light, furnace, area power control is the one I've just shown you. Batch writer, no. Logic for the solar panels, logic reader, electronics printer, logic memory, auto lathe, solar panel, glass door interior. That one, I presume, glass door interior. Pressure regulator. Active vent. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go away. I'm going to put a power controller in, and then I'll come back and I'll show you this, because this is it's a mess. So I'll be back in again one short tick. In fact, folks, I know that was well, I was going to say, I know that was a short break. For me, it was a short break. It was like literally seconds, because I went over to this, and there was a power controller in there. So I don't know if I made an extra one or whether you get two, but let's go up here and pop this in. So this is going to run literally just the airlocks and stuff. The other power line that runs all the lathes and things in that room and the lights goes through that wire there and then down the wall inside the room. So literally here is where I need to break the circuit. So let's get our little tool in here. We're going to pop that into there, and then we're going to go like this, power control. So again, there's a power side and a data side. We want it so the power side is the other way around. Yep, like that. Yep, I think that's it. Let's open it up because we need to switch it on. So I think it's the crowbar to open this up. Boom. And you don't need a battery in it. Bong, it's on. See the lights come on down there? It acts like a little bit like a circuit breaker or whatever. It doesn't affect anything up here. Nothing changes. The only reason we have the battery in there is the solar panels charge that battery up, and also when it becomes night, like now, I believe it uses some of that charge to keep everything running. but obviously now we've got a massive big battery up here which is doing fine, which does that job because we're now using a lot more electricity. But there we go, there's our other power controller. We're not going to be opening and closing this to take batteries in and out, so we might as well keep it closed. Looks nice and neat like that, and you can always hide that away inside the building or something so you don't see it all the time. Maybe I'll do that off video. So let's go back in here, let's have a look at our, there we go, boom. Right, so now our list is an awful lot shorter. In fact, it's just the stuff here. So that's the area power control that we just put in. We've already got active vent, that one. We've got gas sensor, which is that. Airlock exterior. That's the thing, you see. It knows this is the exterior one now because we wired that up first. And then interior, boom. Look at that. Right, now this next bit's very important, okay? Do not do anything else until you are 100% sure that you have this tool belt on, okay? Because it's entirely possible to get stuck in here. You can start it cycling, the door's locked, it's unable to pressurize the room because there's no air pressure in there, and you can get stuck in here. If you've got this belt on, you can use the crowbar to open the door, okay? That's important. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're now going to take the disc out, boom, this is now ready to work. So this is how it will look normally. So you've got your airlock, you've got this, so when you wander into the room you can press cycle to interior, boom, and what it does is shuts the doors, and what it's trying to do now is it automatically works this, so it's trying to suck air out of that room through the pipe into here. So it's trying to pressurize this room up with air. Because there's no air in that room, it won't do it. Now normally this little bar here would go up and up and up and up and up and up until it gets to a point where it says, there's pressure in here, open this door. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to press emergency override or cancel. There you go, and it opens. So we can actually use the door, even though we haven't got air in. We can, and this will work because what it basically does is when this closes, it tries to suck the air out of here and push it back into that room. But it'll do that anyway because it says, there's no air in here. Yeah, I've done it. So let's do that. So it'll close that door. It says, I've done it. Open that. Well, hey, we now have a working airlock. So what do I need to do to make this a proper airlock so that it works properly? There we go. What we need to do is put air in this room. And in order to do that, we could go and get our air canister and open it and release the air into here. We would need to make sure that everything is sealed first. So that's putting these blocks in, not just like that, but also putting the frames on as well, just to make the room airtight. So maybe we'll do that in the next video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to switch the console off, and for ease of use, what we're going to do is we're going to crowbar this thing open. So will you open it? Oh no, it won't open it because it's still got power coming to it and it says it's locked. Can we switch you back on? Can we press emergency? Oh no, I'm trying to delete it. Emergency override. See what I mean? You could get stuck in here if you haven't got the right tools on you. We can force it open. No, it won't force it open. Oh well, that's fine. We can just use it. Just takes a couple of seconds longer to get in and out. That's fine. But there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that it's of use to you. And as always, leave the comments in the comments. Let me know if you like the videos. And yeah, there'll be more on the way. My name's Backblast. I'll see you next time.